Halloween is right around the corner, so grab yourself some candy or a snack and settle in for gaming news from Nami Nation by Kai's Corner Productions. I'm Jackie Hawk, and we are starting with Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is releasing on Halloween. As that date gets closer, devs have talked about the work that went into removing the multiplayer aspects that were originally planned for Veilguard before BioWare's Anthem performed so poorly. It makes sense that the RPG fandom would want an RPG. While reworking Veilguard, they kept voice recordings and story elements from the original plan, focusing mostly on the gameplay itself and how it changed from the early stages of development in 2021. Recently, achievements have been revealed, but they are packed with story spoilers that have the fandom split on reading them or avoiding them. The official list shows most of the game achievements as secret for that reason, so there is an option for people who want to see these without necessarily having the entire story given away. Non-spoiler achievements are based on exploring the world, combat accomplishments and upgrades, item modifications, world factions, and a couple vague story moments that you can't piece together until you've actually played the game. Preload options are available earliest for Xbox and a couple days before the official release for PlayStation, but they are not available for PC gamers. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, Nvidia is giving away free copies of the new Dragon Age game if you buy a 6-month subscription to its cloud-based GeForce Now service. Another much-awaited bit of gaming news is the Nintendo Switch 2 release. After getting a casual Twitter post in May 2024, the Nintendo Switch 2 has been confirmed to have an update coming with more detail by April 2025. This does back up the original Twitter post, which said there would be a reveal to look out for by the end of the fiscal year, which is April. This has sparked a lot of rumors about the design, the specs, and official release dates for the console, so Nintendo fans are all over the place with different information right now, and not a lot of it can be verified. Most of this misleading hype has a lot to do with the fact that the Switch came out in March 2015, and it will be just over 10 years old at the time of this official update from Nintendo. Keep an eye out for speculation and make sure you're verifying your sources so that you find out what the sequel to the Nintendo Switch will actually look like and operate, and when you can get your hands on it. Speaking of full releases everyone is excited for, Hades 2 had the Olympic update finally come through with a lot of detail. As the first major update to this game, the patch includes a new region of Mount Olympus, a weapon called the Black Coat, and 2 new characters. You'll be able to redecorate the crossroads area where players return to every time they fall in battle, which is very similar to the first game. New music and artwork have updated the aesthetics of this game, and those have been cornerstones of Supergiant games for a long time. You'll also get 2 unlockable animal familiars that lean into the witchy atmosphere with Melanoe and Hecate. New dialogue adds hours to the storyline, delving into the plot and character development for this impressive cast. You may see some repeat dialogue in your own playthroughs. I know my playthrough, I had some dialogue that I had already seen come up again, but that could be beneficial to players who have already sunk hours into this game and don't want to miss out on the new elements in the update. The total feature list is long, but some of them are more impactful right out of the gate. Certain parts of the update influence gameplay, like there's a new world map that shows up between regions, much like the first game. Apple fans should be thrilled to find out there is max support for this game so they can be part of the Hades 2 enthusiasm. The Crossroads Cauldron has been updated, impacting the world and recipes and character interactions as well. For the first time in my playthrough, Hecate and Melanoe completed an incantation together, which was exciting. The tarot cards have been reworked, along with adding more keepsakes for the 2 new characters and boons to match. You can see the full list online to see just how thorough they were with the Olympic update to really live up to that title. Full release isn't clear yet, but it's definitely not going to be before 2025. Now, when it comes to major gaming companies, many of us are still following the SAG-AFTRA strike that started in July and is still ongoing. Negotiations are back on track, however, because union performers and these big gaming companies will be bargaining once again on October 23rd. The goal for SAG-AFTRA is to gain a contract that would require developers to communicate with actors about how their work will be used and get permission before using AI with their voices or likenesses. A perfectly reasonable request for the talent that makes our games as wonderful and immersive as they are. They may be one part of a big group that makes all of these things happen, but we all know they deserve their recognition and certainly have someone ask them permission. Thousands of performers are involved in the strike and waiting for a happy outcome that protects human talent from profiteering. Strike pardons have been arranged with project-specific agreements to uphold these AI stipulations for those games, and dozens of them have been developed this way, showing that the union's ideal contract does have a strong premise. To wrap things up on a lighter note, Funko Fusion has introduced new characters to their lineup. This is a fairly recent game, being released on newer consoles in September, while older consoles like PS4 and Switch will have to wait until November 2024. The nature of Funko Fusion is that it's more narratively focused than similar games like Super Smash, although it's still defined as a co-op action-adventure game. It already incorporates 20-plus franchises in the iconic Funko Pop figure character style, and the latest addition is The Office in DLC form. Fans of the Dunder Mifflin crew will be excited to see this come through, with unique attacks or special abilities that fit these characters in an adventure made to appeal to the Office universe. It's not entirely clear at the moment of recording this how fans are receiving it, considering the base game itself has come across rushed, with buggy gameplay and occasional power balancing issues, but the spokesperson for Funko Fusion seemed confident about their immersive approach. Online multiplayer will be available the week of October 21st, and the Funko VP of licensing said more licensors have also approached the company to be part of this cheeky game that's fairly reminiscent of LEGO games, with mixed results. On that note, keep up with your video game news by subscribing to our podcast, available on multiple platforms, and check out the KKP YouTube channel for other interesting content. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.